Texas versus Keisha Smith. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Ryan Gerber for the state of Texas.
For the defense?
Albert Chaitis, Your Honor.
Are you Ms. Smith? Showing you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Are you the same Keisha Smith who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 9874B for the offense of aggravated robbery on February 25th, 2021 for a period of 5 years? Is that you? State?
Violated condition number 1, on or about the 30th day of September 2022 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Keisha Smith committed the offense of possession of a controlled substance in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead, true or not true?
Violated condition number 1, on or about the 30th day of September 2022 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Keisha Smith committed the offense of theft in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that, true or not true?
We waived the remaining conditions.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violations 1 and 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to life in prison and up to $10,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of conditions 1 and 1? Court will find 1 and 1 true. Is there an agreement?
There's not, Judge.
All right. State, what are you requesting?
Judge, in this particular case, the recommendation of probation was state ISF. However, in conferring with the defense, she doesn't believe she wants to wait in custody for state ISF. So I think in this particular situation, she's on for a very serious violent felony, and she's picked up new felonies now. At this point, if she's not willing to go get that treatment and she doesn't want to wait in court or wait in jail until she can go to state ISF, then we believe the only remedy that we have would be for her to go to prison, for her to be revoked and sentenced to 5 years fees.
Defense.
And Judge, she is willing to do state ISF. The only issue is she doesn't want to wait 5 months in custody because of a backlog. There are several defendants that have been told it's a 6-week wait. Don't worry about it. It'll be, over before you know it. And they sit months and months and months waiting for a bed. I've talked to the state. My client would be willing to report weekly if she needed to while she's waiting for a bed. She wants the treatment. I will call my client just to,
No, I mean, I'll take your proffer. If you want to call your client, you can. But the issue the court is having is that she's picked up 2 new felonies. And now people, are complaining about the wait.
Absolutely, Judge. And if I can may I call her?
Yes.
Ma'am, could you state your name?
You can raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Ms. Smith, do you realize how serious the case you're on probation for is?
I do.
Do you understand that, as the judge explained, when you're on probation for this type of case, if you're on deferred adjudication, you're subject to a full range of punishment for this kind of case? And yet, somehow, some way, you've been arrested for shoplifting. Is that correct? And it's been twice that this has happened. And one of the times you were arrested, you were in possession of some drugs. And why are you out shoplifting?
Basically, I've been on the probation for 2 years, and I wasn't using it. I had a fallout with my parents, and I didn't have anyone to say. So when I, the only people that I knew was previous times. And when I relapsed and got back on drugs, if you could see, these cases all happened within a certain amount of time, and those were the times that I was using it. Prior to that, I was perfectly fine if I was to be able to do like a sober living or get some type of support where I can't stay off of drugs. I know that I can be successful.
And let me ask you a question. How old are you right now?
I'm 35.
And at any point did you have a career?
Yeah, I do. I worked for Wells Fargo Bank for 7 years before we began. I worked for a pharmaceutical company, CVS. I'm currently in college for cosmetology and both, which can be confirmed through my probation.
This is the turning point. By pleading true, Keisha isn't arguing the allegations anymore. She's admitting she violated probation. Legally, that gives the judge enormous discretion. At this moment, the courtroom shifts from deciding whether she violated probation to deciding how much mercy she's still entitled to. And with an aggravated robbery hanging over her head, the stakes couldn't be much higher.
Which is another reason why it's not that I don't feel like I deserve to wait. I understand that's better than going to prison waiting for the bed for ISF because I do want to help, but I just really wanted to get back to the school. And I know I should have thought about that before, but again, my mind wasn't where it should have been.
Okay, and let me ask you this. Have you tried looking for work while you've been on probation?
I was working on looking.
Okay, have you encountered problems because of your felony probation?
Yes, the type of work that I'm used to is, like I said, banking or when I tried to get back into the game because of my record is being dishonest. Like I get the job and then once the background comes, it's a little bit discouraging.
And you're on deferred adjudication probation. Do you understand that if you successfully complete it, you would not be convicted of the aggravated robbery? Do you understand that? And you understand that you could seek to seal your record. It would be an option that would be available to you.
Yeah.
And has that been part of your long-term plan to be a productive member of society, to get back to some normalcy?
Absolutely.
And do you have a drug problem? And are you trying to address that problem? You need to speak up, I'm sorry.
Yes.
And are you trying to address that problem?
Yeah.
And are you willing to go into like state ISF?
Yeah.
Are you willing to do outpatient or NA meetings, AA meetings, that sort of thing?
Yeah.
And are you asking this court to consider that if she gives you a chance to continue on probation, are you willing to do whatever the court requires?
Yes. Absolutely. I also, what I've learned from relapsing is I was naive into thinking, oh, well, that was just a moment in my life. That's not me. I'm not a drug addict, or it was just a phase. But after relapsing, now I know, and I do take into consideration how serious addiction is, and that it is not something to take lightly. It's not ever going to be just a weekend party thing for me, or it's a lifelong battle that I'm going to have to face. So I do take it seriously. That's just something I have to learn from relapse.
And if the court wants you to do zero tolerance or to go to state ISF, will you take it seriously? Is there any point in you going?
Yeah, absolutely.
And all of this happened. Were you married at some point?
I am.
Okay. Are you still in that marriage?
I am, but we've been separated from you.
Okay. Why did you get divorced?
Infidelity on his part and abuse.
Okay. Are we talking about domestic violence? When you first got arrested for aggravated robbery, were you in a relationship with a gentleman that was involved in that?
Yes.
And was there domestic violence in that situation?
Yes.
Did he shoot you in the back of the head?
Yes.
Is this an issue you've been dealing with?
Yes.
Have you been in a relationship with a gentleman that was involved in the Walmart incident? Was there anybody there that was involved in that?
Yes.
And is that a different person?
Yes.
So we're talking at least 3 people that you've been in a dating relationship that maybe haven't been the healthiest choice for you. And are you willing to continue keep counseling or do what it takes to not continue this repetitive cycle of self-destruction?
Yeah.
Are you asking the judge to continue you on probation, extend you at additional conditions, whatever she feels is appropriate, if she decides to do that? Thank you. I have no further questions.
Just very briefly, Judge. Ms. Smith, you were placed on deferred for an offense involving theft, correct?
Yes.
And now you're back before the same judge because you committed a theft again, correct?
Yes.
Where the probation officer on their report wrote that you had stopped working. Is that true?
I stopped working because they gave me permission to go to school full time.
But where were you previously working?
CVS, Caremark pharmacy.
What is Heart at Home Senior Care?
Oh, yes, I was part-time help there.
And what did you do there?
Take care of elderly people, getting their house clean, their clothes washed. But that didn't last long because my background came back.
And for good reason, right? We don't want people who have theft offenses caring for people like that, correct?
I've never stolen from a person. I do have a good heart. I want to steal from people.
You were part of an offense where y'all stole from someone who was in a parking booth, correct? At gunpoint?
Yeah.
The aggravated robbery, who was the robbery of?
A flower shop?
But y'all were robbing someone for their property, correct?
Yeah.
And you did commit a robbery in this shoplifting case, correct? Or I'm sorry, a theft in the shoplifting case, correct?
Yes.
I'll pass it on.
Were you using drugs at any point during the shoplifting incidents?
Yes.
Why were you shoplifting?
All right, so what altercation did you get into with your mom?
My mom is very disappointed in the decisions that I made.
No, that's not my question. My question is, why did you get into an altercation with your mother?
Because she wanted me to stay home and I needed to go. I needed to go fill out the information for school, and she didn't want me to go on that day. She lived far out where there's no bus line. So I needed her to drive me there, and she was on her way to work.
All right, so here's your choice. People cannot write their own programs. If people could write their own programs, we wouldn't be here because everybody would be doing fabulously. Everybody would write their own program. They wouldn't be using drugs. They wouldn't continue to use drugs. They wouldn't continue to use drugs and pick up cases. Or as people say, catch a case. That wouldn't happen. You have. So here's your choice. You can either remain at the Bexar County Jail and go to ISF, Cognitive and Substance Abuse track, or you can go to prison for 5 years. Those are your choices. Which do you choose?
Would I be granted my baptized at 2 for 1? Or
I'm not in charge of you for 2 for 1 or not, but this tells me where her mind
Notice
is.
how the judge changes gears here. He's no longer focused only on the crime. He's trying to figure out whether the real problem is addiction or simply repeated bad choices. That's a huge distinction in sentencing. If the court believes rehabilitation is still possible, prison may not be the only answer. But one wrong response can erase that opportunity in seconds.
This tells me where her mind is.
no.
No, I mean, it does tell me where your mind is. So, do you want the 5 years in prison or do you want ISF? Yes or no?
I was not.
I'll deny the motion, alternate amend conditions to include ISF, cognitive and substantive track, and probation. She is not allowed, and I want you to hear me when I say this, and I want you to internalize this. I don't allow people who are on probation out of this court to ever, and people say you should never say never or ever, but in this court, you are never, ever allowed to have employment as a home healthcare provider or any jobs that involve minors. Do you understand? And I don't know why CVS Pharmacy would allow you to be working for them when you have a drug issue. You shouldn't be working around anything that has to do with medications when you have a drug issue. You shouldn't be allowed to be working around any place that has anything to do with medications or drugs when you have a drug issue. So it's going to be ISF cognitive substantive tract. She's to remain in custody until transferred. No employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. Is there anything else from either side?
No, you're.
All right, thank you. Court is calling 2022 CR 6685, State of Texas versus Agapito Garcia, in the box. Mr. Charles, if you all can move that down on that end. Oh, they haven't sent a note back yet, but it's coming. That party is announced for the record for the state.
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense.
Grant Hardy.
Are you Mr. Garcia?
Yes, I'm good.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, defense, and reviewed that with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Can you hand this to the state? Because I need to put it on the record before we go back to the back. But if you could hand it to the state and the defense to see if they have any objections. All right, we're back on the record. Mr. Garcia, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? State?
Your Honor, we are proceeding on the indictment presented. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Mr. Garcia, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of theft under $2,500 enhanced? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow that agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement you were giving up those rights?
No.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do, yeah.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yeah.
Mr. Garcia, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yeah.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, I am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, your punishment is to be assessed at 12 months in the state jail facility. This will run concurrent with County Court Cause number 679442. And there are no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
That's good.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Judge.
State any evidence.
Honor state, Oliver states Exhibit 1 in all attachments.
No objection.
Mr. Garcia, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. The court is finding you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will follow your agreement, sentence you to 1 year in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. This will run concurrent with County Court Cause number 679442, showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this